Hey, it is Desiree Cocroft, your Get Your Life coach. I am a speaker, transformational coach, and I love helping side hustlers and people that are working full time and trying to do the entrepreneur life, get their whole life together. And so today I really want to talk about 3 ways to make more time for your side hustle and or project or passion project. I have so many people that I work with that work full time and they also have desires outside of their full-time job. And so I want to help you make more time with it, make more time for it, because you might have a family, you might have other obligations, and you're trying to figure out, well, how do I make more time for the things that I actually want to see happen, that actually are really connected to my purpose, really connected to my personal mission, and I really just want to see those things happening. And maybe it's, not just for fulfillment, but maybe you want to make more money, maybe you want to spend more time with your family, maybe you just want to feel overall like you have this really deep sense of satisfaction because you accomplished a certain thing. So I want to help you make more time for it, because you know what? The only thing that we don't get back is time. We can make more money, but we cannot make more time. So with that being said, how do we create more time when it feels like there's not enough time already out there for us? Well, this is the way that we can do it. First of all, we got to think about what is most important to us. So you may or may not know, but I am a passion planner enthusiast and I'm also an ambassador. So I'll definitely throw a link so you can get a discount on the passion planner. But the passion planner really helps me to explore what is most important to me in any given year that I use that passion planner to start planning out. And so as you know, it's not the beginning of the year anymore, but it is for me because I use the August through July calendar. But whatever the year beginning is for you or not, we already know that we're getting toward the end of a quarter. We're about to be toward the end of the year. So it's really a great time to refresh yourself how you can end the year off with a bang, having completed, having made some traction in whatever your side hustle is or passion project is. So let's think about how we can make some time for it. The only way to do that is to know what is important to you. So flesh out what is the most important thing to me right now that I want to do in my side hustle or in this passion project that I want to do outside of my job. So I want you to get really clear about what that is. Like, what does it look like? What does done look like when you think about the thing that you want to pursue? Because it may not be the full dream that you have, but what does that first step look like? What would you have, at least at the very minimum, would like to have completed? Or if it does, if it is something that is aligned with a money goal, like what is the amount of money that you would have liked to make by a certain date? So put some parameters around it. You should see my other video where I talk about really looking at quantitatively and qualitatively the things that we desire to see, so that we can have a goal that is not just all numbers and not just all feelings and thoughts, but a little bit of both. So get really clear about, well, what is the one thing that I feel like is going to be the most beneficial thing for me to pursue around my side hustle or my passion project that I'm looking to pursue right now in this season. So think about what that looks like. Think about what that feels like. What number could help you feel like this is a measurable goal? Like, what would be the thing that you would need to see to know that you have accomplished it? So get really clear about what it is that you will want to accomplish around it. So that's the first thing, because if we get a clear vision of something, we will move mountains. I want you to think right now of something that you have accomplished in your life, and think about the zero in focus, the narrow focus that you had on whatever the thing is that you accomplished at some point in your life, whether it was a weight goal, whether it was a fitness goal, whether it was something around eating, a nutrition, whether it was something that was scholastic or something that was in academia, whether it was strengthening your communication skills or a skill that you have at your job, or really strengthening a relationship. It does not matter. Think about something that you accomplished at the course of your life, and think about the zero in focus that you had on that thing. It seemed that nothing else really mattered, or very little mattered. You made sure that you made room for the thing that you pursued. And so in this same likeness, think about that vision of what you want to see happen within the next 90 days, within the next few months, or before the beginning of next year, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, because maybe you had it on the back burner. If you get really focused on what done looks like in this time frame, whatever time frame that you choose, it's going to be very easy for you to make or create the time to get it done. So that's first. Get really focused in on what it is that you want to get done. The second thing is, once you narrow in on it, okay, what is the actionable thing that you're going to do on a regular basis to get closer to that thing? So I use the example in my book, Get Your Life Today, 7 Success Hacks for Life, Leadership, and Business. I talk about the marathon that I ran. Well, not marathon, I ran a half marathon. But the half marathon I ran, I only focused on the amount of miles I was getting in every week. That was it. I wasn't worried about running 13 miles, 13.1 miles. I wasn't worried about making sure that happened. I just made sure that, hey, every week I ran the amount of miles I needed to run to be conditioned to prepare myself for this 13.1 mile run over a couple of months, right? And then I was able to successfully finish it. And my definition of success was being able to run the whole thing mostly so that I can actually finish it without falling out. And I felt really good doing that, and I accomplished that for myself. And so what we get to do is think about, well, what is the one thing? So we got the one thing that we want to accomplish, but what is the one thing or two things that we need to do on a regular over the next couple of months or whatever your time frame is, so that you can know that this thing that you're aiming to do will actually be accomplished. So what are the one or two simple things that you can do with some intention on a regular basis? Maybe that's getting up early. Maybe it's getting up earlier than when you normally get up, so that you can, take an hour or a 30-minute block every morning before you go to work and get whatever it is that's going to help you get closer to that project or that side hustle goal done every day, or a couple days out of the week. You get to decide. That's the nice thing. It's your life. You get to decide. I don't want to put you in a box. I can give you examples all day long, but at the end of the day, you get to decide what you're actually going to be faithful in doing, what you're going to be willing to do. So what is it that you're willing to do? What is it that you're willing to do on a regular basis every week to get closer to that goal? So once you have this big vision, and then two, once you have this one or two things that you believe will really help you get to that goal, the last thing that I really believe that will help you make the time for it is to schedule it in your calendar with someone that can hold you accountable. So here's the thing. If you don't put it on your calendar, if it doesn't get scheduled, it doesn't get done. I don't remember who said that, but that is kind of a quote. If it doesn't get scheduled, it doesn't get done. You need to block it. Write it down, block it on a calendar, and block it where you would normally be doing really nothing. Because if you think about it, when you don't schedule your time, you just kind of float. I want you to imagine what your time is after work. And maybe you don't float. Maybe your day is stacked. So think about just how you're spending your time. Are you really spending time on things that are getting you closer to that goal? And if not, how could you move some of those things that you're doing after your work day so that you can spend more time, at least for a season, to get to the goal that you need to? Some of us, let's be honest, sometimes we spend hours talking on the phone, catching up with friends about nothing. Now, there is nothing wrong with connecting. You do, especially as someone that's doing a side hustle, entrepreneur, you need to connect with people. You don't want to feel alone. So it's okay to connect with people. But do you need to connect with them 3 or 4 hours after work? Maybe not, right? So how can you create some boundaries around some of the things that you do after your work day so that you can at least make 30 minutes, 20 minutes, do something. Anything on a regular basis you do is going to compound. You are going to have exponential growth by doing a little bit every day more than you will, oh, let me try to hurry up and get everything done for this one thing I want to do in a weekend, right? You're going to create so much more benefits for yourself by doing it a little bit at a time. It's going to create habits for you. It's going to help you create new habits that have almost nothing to do with what you did directly, but as indirectly, you're going to experience so many benefits from doing something on a regular basis every day. It's going to make you more confident about what you do because you're doing it a little bit every day, and it's really growing that habit of doing it and executing on it, and it's making it something that is habitual for you. And as a result, it'll be something you'll less likely fall off on when you're doing it a little bit every day than when you try to do that one thing in band camp. Oh, let me hurry up and try to do it all in one day, and then you fall off, right? So a little bit every day is a lot more beneficial. And then it's not like you lost time. It's I can always get another 20 minutes back, but it's hard to get a whole weekend together to get something done. So figure out when you're going to block it, and then move everything else out of the way. All the other things that you were doing doesn't matter. So you don't need to be on the phone the whole time or scrolling on social media the whole time. You don't have to, do whatever of those things you were doing kind of to fill your time. If there are things that are renewing you, block time for the things that are going to renew you, because after work, we do need space. You can't have your whole day filled with very formal things, right? So you do need to have space to live and be a human being. At the same time, if you have something that you're looking to pursue, it's inevitable that you are going to have to make some time for it, even if it's just for a season. And you could tell yourself that, like, okay, like sometimes I tell myself, like, Desiree, it's only going to be for a couple months that you're going to do it this way. It's not going to be always. You'll get your 6 o'clock on Tuesdays back one day, So you can just really encourage yourself, especially if it's something that once you get to a certain goal, it's going to give you even more time, especially if you're just someone that is investing in time to do a side hustle, right? If you're doing a side hustle, obviously you're looking to, grow your wealth and monetarily be in a place where you might not need your full-time job any longer. And so that's going to give you more freedom for some of the things that maybe you did before. So just want to give you that encouragement. So when you schedule that time, make sure you have some accountability. Now, we can do it on our own, but I am telling you right now, I am, and most human beings are, more successful when somebody else is in the know of what they plan on doing, and you have to answer to them. It is a proven fact. There's just nothing around it, whether that's a friend, whether that's a coach, whether that is a business bestie, whatever you want to call it. If you have somebody writing you about something, and not even writing you, because at the same time, you have to be accountable to yourself. Nobody wants to hold people accountable that are going to be slackers the whole time. So you do have to have some groundedness about what it is that you're doing. You have to be connected to your why, so that when you do fall off, you jump back on, because whoever is being that accountability partner, you want to honor their time in their space, because they're holding you to something. And if you're not even going to hold yourself to it, you are wasting their time. So make sure that you're grounded in it as well. But all in all, when you block your time, make sure you're also thinking about who would be that person that you could answer to, that you could have check on you and you check in with them. I actually like the latter, checking in with someone, because it still puts more of the onus on you and not on this other person. Like, oh, if you would have called me, I would have got it done. No, this is your thing. This is your job. So I actually prefer that when you're looking to hold yourself accountable and be accountable to someone, and you should be the one reaching out more so than hoping that they will help you by being the one that's always on you. That is going to really be counterproductive, because then you're not really holding yourself to it. So I hope that was helpful to you. I know this was a little longer than I thought it was going to be, but I hope that was helpful to you. Really wanted to get something out to you all, so that as you are getting through the rest of the year, we just hit that halfway mark earlier in July, and now we're digging into the third quarter, and before you know it, it's going to be 2023. And I want you to start thinking about how can you kind of pick up some of your goals that maybe you kind of let fall off, so that you can, really end the year off the way that you thought you would in January. All right. So if you like what you heard, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and share this. We'd love that you can share this with other people that you think it would be helpful to. Also, feel free to click in the description box below. If you are interested in Passion Planner, I am a Passion Planner ambassador and enthusiast. So feel free to get a little discount off of Passion Planner. If you click the link below, you can also schedule some time to talk to me. If you would love to have an opportunity to be coached, feel free to schedule the link below for a complimentary 15-minute coaching session. And I look forward to seeing you again. Until the next time, go and be great.